back to my channel. So today I'm sitting down and I'm making this makeup look with a whole bunch of products that you guys chose for me. I put on my Instagram stories a couple days back a bunch of polls with different products, and I wanted you guys to choose my makeup for me, and that is what we are doing here today. All of the products that won on my polls I used to create this makeup look, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys picked some goodies because I really like how this makeup look turned out. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see how I got this makeup look using a whole bunch of products that you guys chose for me, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we actually get to the makeup application, I want to say that I'm super excited because this video is in collaboration with my friend Glam by Sam. Sam is a Netherlands-based makeup YouTuber, which I think it is so cool that she's based in the Netherlands. I genuinely like watching YouTubers who are not based in the US. I love seeing their take on makeup, different brands that they have over there in Europe, and I just think it's really awesome. Sam is a sweetheart. She asked me to collab with her on this video, and I was super excited. You know how there's just some people that you watch here on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and you can just tell. You can just tell they're a good person and they are just a sweetheart. That is the vibe I get from Sam. She just seems like such a sweet girl, and I know if we lived closer together, we would be like friends in real life and not just internet friends. If you like my content, I genuinely think you would like Sam's as well. She does a lot of videos that are kind of similar to mine. She does like hauls, trying new makeup, ranking videos, all sorts of trying different eyeshadow palettes. We have very similar vibes and similar content. So if you like my channel, you would definitely like Sam's as well. If you are coming over from Sam's channel, hello, my name is Emily. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking me out. I hope you like what you see and you decide to stick around for a little while. I will definitely make sure I have all of Sam's information linked down below in my description box for you, her Instagram account, her YouTube channel, and this version of the video as well, because she did polls on her Instagram stories as well, so her followers chose her makeup too. If you want to be one of those followers that helps choose our makeup next time, definitely make sure you check out both of our Instagram accounts. Follow us on there as well. Definitely make sure you subscribe to Sam's channel. She's a sweetheart. I really think you would not be disappointed. Okay, with all that said, now let's go ahead and get to the makeup application and putting on the products that you guys chose for me. So like usual, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my eyes. I went ahead and primed with my MAC Paint Pot. So I put up the Sydney Grace x Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels collab versus the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette, and the Tiny Marvels palette won with 61% of the votes versus 39% of the votes. So we are going to play with this beauty today, which honestly, I would have been happy with either palette. I love this palette so much. And then the Avocado Toast palette, I actually have not had a chance to try it out yet. So I'm excited to do that in the future. I know Sam also had the Avocado Toast in her poll, so I'm excited to see like which one won out for her as well. Like, is she gonna be using it? If so, I might draw some inspiration from her. But for today's look, we're using the Tiny Marvels, and I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this Flutterby shade and put it into my crease. I actually don't think I've used this Flutterby shade before. I'm excited to. It's a really pretty, like corally, almost pinky orangey kind of shade. It looks pretty unique. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. My cat's in here, so if you hear things. Oh my gosh, I really like this shade. It's a really beautiful, I can't even tell, like peachy orangey sort of shade. I really like this a lot. Next up, to deepen the crease just a tiny bit, I'm gonna try not to go overboard with this shade. I'm gonna put this Bugaboo shade also into the crease, just a little bit. This is a really unique shade as well in my collection. It's like a really deep, dark, maroony brown, plummy sort of shade. It is stunning. I feel like this palette has a lot of really unique shades to my collection. It is one of my favorites, so I was really glad when you guys chose it. Okay, so that's looking good so far. The next thing I want to do is we're gonna do like a little bit of a halo eye with two of the shimmers. Sydney Grace's shimmer formula, chef's kiss. I love it. So we are going to take Meadowhawk and we're going to put that on the outer and inner portion, and then I'm going to take this Marvel shade here and put that in the middle. These two just look very beautiful. Oh yeah, I think they'll pair together really nicely as a halo eye. I'm going to take Meadowhawk on a flat brush, tap this on. I don't know if I've used this Meadowhawk shade too. I honestly haven't used this palette as much as I was anticipating. When I bought it, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna use this palette all the time. But if you are an avid makeup lover and you are constantly bringing things into your collection, you know, like, it's kind of hard. And sometimes you have really, really awesome intentions to use something all the time, and then it just kind of doesn't happen because you're bringing in so much. There's so much new stuff to try. You're excited about other things as well. I'm gonna take this Marvel shade now and tap it in the middle. But the couple of times I've had, so my point of saying that is I haven't used all of the shades yet, but I'm telling you, the couple of times that I have used this palette, it is just, it never lets me down. Yeah, that looks really, really pretty. I like that. I like those two shades together. I'm gonna really make sure there's no harsh lines. Gonna go back in with a smidge of that Bugaboo shade. And then also bring back that Flutterby shade because we kind of lost it a tiny bit. And I like that it ties into the more like kind of pinky orange shade of the halo eye. But yeah, okay, I think that's all for now. I'm gonna go do the other eye and we'll be back to see what other goodies you guys chose. Then for primer, I put the Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas up against my Smashbox Primerizer, which honestly, I would have been happy with either. I love both of those primers, but the Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas won out with 59% of the votes versus 41% for the Primerizer. This is just one of my favorites. The Primerizer is definitely more hydrating than the Liquid Silk Canvas, but both are just beautiful, beautiful primers. For foundation, I also put two of my favorites up against each other. I put the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation up against my Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. Not gonna lie, they're both full coverage, lovely, matte, but not drying. They're pretty similar to each other if I'm being 1,000,000% honest, but the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It won by 62% versus 38%. I have the shade Fair. I don't know why I have to look every single time, but I do. It's the lightest one. I really honestly wish that the Physicians Formula didn't have a scent. This has like that almost like coconutty tropical scent that their bronzers have and all of that. I don't love the scent. I really don't. It doesn't particularly bother me other than the fact that I just don't really like, I just wish there wasn't a scent in it. But a bunch of my friends can't use this because scents either trigger headaches for them or it makes them break out, which I know that's a very common thing, that scents in makeup and skincare can make people break out. So I really wish that Physicians Formula would have just made this scent free. I know that's their whole thing, that they have this scent in their products, but I don't know. Back in like 2016, that was cool to have like a really heavy scent, but I feel like now it's not and people don't like it. And who has been listening to people and taking scents out of her products? So I really wish Physicians Formula would, you know, get the message too. But scent aside, I really do love this foundation a lot. It is beautiful. I did a whole like first impressions wear test on it a while ago now. I can have linked in the eye and down below for you in case you missed it. But like, I was so impressed by it on that first impression and it wore so well that day. And since then, I mean, that was a couple months ago. It's been my go-to, one of my favorites. I do think if you're more on the dry side, it would be better to go in with a more hydrating primer underneath. I know the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas isn't super hydrating and my skin is looking slightly dry with this on, like right here in my nose and my forehead area. But that's pretty typical when I go in with that sort of foundation without a hydrating primer underneath. I knew that was like the chance I was taking putting those products, you know, together to win. But the next product for concealer, I put my Kosas Revealer Concealer up against my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And the Kosas won with 55% of the votes versus 45%. Again, two of my faves. I really didn't make this hard on myself. I thought about putting in like one product that I love with my whole heart and one that I like don't like or I'm unsure about or haven't used in a while, and then just like letting you guys decide what I was gonna pick. And then I was like, no. I'll just make all of them products, almost all of them, not, you'll see in coming up that not everything's a favorite, but I was like, I'll just make almost all of them my favorites and then it'll just be a really good makeup day. That was my thought process. But I have been raving about this concealer on my channel for a couple weeks now, and it's so good, you guys. It is just good. Creamy, has nice coverage, blends out well, isn't drying, wears well. It's a good one. Do you see him? What are you doing over there? He's gonna go for the plants, and I'm gonna have to kick him out. That's what's gonna happen. I know that little booger. Kitty. Yeah, keep on walking. You're circling back. I don't like that. Quit! He's biting. Scared the crap out of him. Literally, you're okay. Hold, please. Oh, he knows. He knows. He's running. I'm gonna try to keep him in. I just feel so bad. I'm home alone right now. Mike's at work, so like when he's out there, he just like cries at my door and like freaks out and is sad, and I love him with my whole heart. And I'm like, I don't want you to be out there alone and sad. So I let him in, even though he's driving me bonkers right now. But okay, next up for setting a powder. I actually did kind of shoot myself in the foot with this one. I put one that I don't really love versus one I've never tried. So I put the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder up against the Patrick Star One Size powder. I haven't gotten a chance to try the One Size powder quite yet, and I bought it a while ago. I don't know what I'm doing. I just haven't tried it yet. But the e.l.f. Halo Glow won with 62% of the votes versus 38. So that was a pretty overwhelming win. I don't love this powder. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it. And actually, I'm gonna cheat and I'm not going to set my under eyes with it. I'm gonna go ahead and set with my Jaclyn Cosmetics brightening and setting palette, just because that's like normally how I set my under eyes, and then I'll use the e.l.f. Halo Glow for the rest of my face. Okay, now we're gonna take the e.l.f. Halo Glow and we're going to set the rest of my face. I have the shade Light. This just isn't my favorite powder. I don't know, I just find it kind of like underwhelming. It doesn't have a glow on my skin that I feel like other people see. I don't know why I don't like it, because it's not drying. It's not that I dislike it, I don't hate it, but I'll just like, I don't ever really want to reach for it. And when this one is gone, I'm not going to repurchase it. Although I'm not going to lie, it's looking really good today with this Physicians Formula foundation. It's like setting it and making it look like even more flawless than it already is, which that foundation's already pretty dang flawless. But I don't know, it's looking really good today. So maybe I'm eating my words. Maybe I'm glad you guys chose this one for me. Made me try it again, and maybe I'm changing my mind. Can someone please tell me why this is the first time I'm actually seeing the glow aspect of this Halo Glow powder? I feel like all the other times I've used it, one of the main reasons I didn't like it was that everyone said, oh, it's glowy and it sets your face down without like being super mattifying and drying, which I agree it's not drying, but it was always not glowy on me, and it was just kind of mattifying. But like, if you can see, my face is glowing today, and I promise you this is like the first time I've ever noticed that with this powder. So I'm actually really enjoying that. I think it looks very pretty and just like healthy. So for bronzer, I put up arguably my most expensive and most affordable bronzer against each other, not intentionally, but I put up my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer versus my e.l.f. Primer Infused bronzer. One is $55, one is $6. But the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer beat out the e.l.f. one with 64% of the votes versus 36. So I'm not going to say I'm upset about that, because I love this bronzer so much. I do like the e.l.f. one as well. It's a great option for $6. I mean, it's a great option in general, but especially for $6. But you guys know my love for the Charlotte Tilbury one. So I'm not upset I'm using it today. My cat found some trash over there, some like old empty boxes that I still haven't recycled yet, and I lured him out of my room with one of them, threw him out, and then shut the door. So I threw the box out, not my cat. He ran after the box, and I shut the door. So let's see how long that distracts him before he's back whining at my door. Then for highlight, I put my Nabla Ozone highlight versus my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlight in the shade Blossom Glow, head to head. Again, I love both of them. You've seen me use both of them a million times on my channel, but the Nabla Ozone won with 65% of the votes versus 35% of the votes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not upset about it. The imprint on this is like completely gone because I have just used the heck out of this highlight. I honestly think this might be my favorite highlighter, which is saying something, because I have a lot of really beautiful, I don't feel like I don't have a lot of highlights in my collection, but the ones I do own, I feel like are very stunning and beautiful on the skin. But I really think this might be my favorite. It is just, can't beat that glow. Then for blush, kind of like the bronzers, I put up my most expensive blush in the Pat McGrath Skin Divine, what is this called? Skin Fetish Divine blush in the shade of Flirtatious up against my Essence The blush in the shade Befitting, I believe. One is $38 and one is $2.99. But you guys went bougie. You guys went bougie and you picked my Pat McGrath blush. This one, 62% of the votes versus 38% of the votes, and she's a stunner, so I was happy. I was happy with all your guys' choices, not gonna lie. But I guess that's what happens when you put like 2 of your favorite products up against each other. So maybe I should have made this a little harder on myself. Maybe I'll have to do this again in the future and put like I said earlier, like one of my favorite products up against one of my least favorite products, and then let you guys decide my fate. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see that type of video in the future. You know, I always say this, I want to make sure I'm filming videos you guys want to see and you like and you are entertained by. So let a girl know. Will I ever get over this blush? I don't think so. I don't think I will. It is just perfection. It is perfection on the cheeks. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Okay, really quickly, I finished up my lower lash line off camera. All I did was take this Bugaboo shade on a flat definer brush and then smudge it out with this Flutterby shade, and then I took Web up here and put it as my inner corner highlight, and I will add it as my brow bone highlight in a minute, but next we're going to do brows. So I put up a Charlotte Tilbury duo versus an M Cosmetics duo. Both were pencils and then I tinted a brow gel, but you guys picked the Charlotte Tilbury one with 61% of the votes versus 39%. So I'm going to take her Brow Lift brow pencil in the shade Natural Brown, and we are just going to lightly fill in my brows, nothing too crazy or intense. And then we're going to take her Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel in the shade, I don't know. Oh, it's up here, Soft Brown. And we're going to run that through to set it all down. Then for mascara, I put up head to head the Maybelline Sky High mascara versus the Lawless One and Done mascara. I don't really love either one of these, to be honest. I feel like the Sky High doesn't really do much for my lashes, and then the One and Done, I like it, but it's just very clumpy, and it takes a lot of work to make my lashes look decent with it. But you guys chose the Maybelline Sky High with 66% of the votes versus 34%. So I went ahead and applied it to this eye. I curled this eye, and we're going to apply it really quick. I just don't think this mascara does too much for me, and it still makes my lashes a tiny bit clumpy. I know this went like viral on TikTok a while ago now, so I was like super excited to try it because of that, but I don't know. Not my fave. I'm definitely not going to repurchase this. This one was gifted to me by Look Fantastic, but when this one's gone, I'm not going to buy one with my own money. Next up for setting spray, I put my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray up against the Jason Wu like Magic Matte Setting Spray, I think is what it's called. And the Charlotte Tilbury one won with 76% of the votes versus 24% for the Jason Wu. Now, I understand. I feel like more people have tried this one, but don't be sleeping on the Jason Wu one. It's also a really, really great setting spray as well. I do think I prefer this one a little bit more, so I'm glad you guys chose it. But the Jason Wu one is also a good one. So just throwing that out there since it got like very little votes. Then lastly for lips, I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a nude lip versus a bold lip. And with 77% of the votes, you guys chose for me to do a nude lip. For my nude lip, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the ColourPop BFF lip liner. And then we're going to fill in the rest of my lips with the Huda Beauty cream lipstick in the shade Impress. This got like destroyed. I wore it to a wedding the other day over the weekend. I have a get ready with me for a wedding video that went up like before, the couple days before this video, so I can have that link in the eye and down below for you in case you missed it. But this kind of got melted while we were there, and I just remembered it when I opened it up. So I cleaned it up a little bit, but so be careful if you own these and you have them in your purse and it's like hot, they will melt, because this one, it got real jank. It definitely melted. And I'm really sad about it. I mean, it's still usable, but I'm really sad. I love this lipstick. I just have to be like extra careful with it now. And that was it, you guys. That was my followers that pick my makeup for me for the day. You guys picked some goodies. I love the combination you guys chose for me, and I really actually love how this makeup look turned out. Here's a close-up of it one more time. Thank you so much to anyone who participated in my polls on my Instagram stories and helped me choose this makeup for today. If you did not get a chance to participate because you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Go follow me. I have it always linked down in my description box, but it's the same username as my YouTube channel, Emily's Makeup Bag. So I'm honestly pretty active on both. I post a ton of videos here on YouTube, but I post a lot on Instagram as well, pictures and stories. I want to give one more huge thank you to Sam from Glam by Sam for collaborating with me on this video. Don't forget, I'm going to have all her information linked down below in the description box for you to check out. Please go check her out. She really is a sweet, sweet girl that I think you guys would really love her content. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.